The Federal Executive Council FEC has approved the policy on virtual engagements for the public service. The council also gave approval for the introduction of e-government procurement in government businesses. Our correspondent Abisola Adebayo has details in this next report.
The Federal Executive Council on Wednesday gave approval for national policy on virtual engagement in federal public institutions. The Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Issa Pantami, says the policy on virtual engagement becomes important following the new normal way of doing business as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Virtual engagements are becoming the new normal. It is because of this that we came up with a memo that will institutionalize virtual engagements in federal public institutions, in order to make sure that even after COVID, virtual engagement is recognized by the federal government of Nigeria as a way of communication or a medium of communication. It is because of this we came up with this memo, and secondly, as in the memo, many ICT institutions have a role to play. Like National Information Technology Development Agency has earlier been directed to come up with regulatory instruments that will set up the minimum standards and guidelines for virtual engagement. That minimum standard will accommodate hardware requirements, software requirements, the category, the cyber security, and many more.
The Council also considered a memo from the Ministry of Power seeking approval for the contribution of Nigeria to the 2020 budget of the West African Power Pool.
Today at the Federal Executive Council, my ministry presented a memo seeking approval for the Nigerian contribution to the 2020 budget of the West African Power Pool. It is important also to note that participation in these regional markets will also generate much more needed foreign exchange for Nigeria as oil revenue decline.
On his part, the Director General of the Bureau of Public Enterprise also spoke on the e-government procurement memo approved by FEC. The DG says the e-procurement has the potential to eliminate corruption and reduce the delay in procurement process.
There has been a lot of complaints about the long time it takes to go through the due process. With the establishment of this, we will reduce that time. E-government procurement is a global trend, and from the research carried out by the World Bank, it has been established that the countries that have taken up the e-government procurement have witnessed exponential economic growth.
The cost of the e-government procurement is about 1.6 billion naira. Abisola Adebayo, TV 360, Abuja.